Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. The TRO Zones dashboard. It's November the 16th. I've added some more columns. Imagine that. Yeah, more advanced alien civilization. Okay, here we go. So, there's a blank chart. Well, I do have the one little TRO time indicator on there, so you get an idea what time it is. I'm in the Western time zone, so there's a local time, there's a server time, the bar time, and we're on a M15 chart. So let's look at the 20 TRO 2016 TRO zones dashboard. So just hold down, drag, and drop. Okay, let's load up some of the new columns. Or maybe I'll do it one by one. Or I'll do it as it makes sense. So let's do these two columns here. Let's put this in column 1, and we'll put this in column 2. Remember, we count from the right, so column 1, column 2. So, lots. What the indicator does is it checks the account and it sees how many lots you can buy for that particular pair. Okay, and then dollars per pips. If you bought this many lots, this is how many dollars per pip you'd be trading. So as you can see here, I've just got it in a little account, the one I use for displaying. So that's pretty simple. Lots, max lots I can buy, and the dollars per pip. So here on the euro dollar, I could buy 1.05 and I'd be trading for $10.50 a pip. Okay, let's look at the next couple of columns. Now, those of you who've been, I guess, working with me, following me, trading with me, know about my good old rocket tank indicator. So I decided to make that part of the dashboard. So I like to use 5-minute period. And so here's the way it works. You give it a column number, so that'll load the column. We're going to use the 5-minute bars. And we're going to have a rocket tank threshold of 10 pips. So if it moves more than 10 pips from high to low or low to high over 10 bars, then I'll get an alert or I'll get a display. So you can see here, if it didn't move that much, you just get dashes. But on the euro, as you can see, over the last 4 bars, it's tanked 10 pips. Okay, looks like it all happened right here. But actually, this is M15. So if we switch over to M5, you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It tanked 10 pips. Actually, we don't count the current bar, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the close to close. It's now 12 pips. So that just gives you a heads up if something's moving. You can use whatever you want, whatever time frame. It's up to you. You have the control. Now, one thing I did also in the price column is the psycho trade. So you see here 107.00, but this should turn purple if the bid of the ask hits the 00 or 25 or 50 or 75. So right now you can see there's the bid. I'd have to put the bid ask dots on it. But you can see here the price is just 10700, actually 002. I rounded off. I'm trying to remember. Oh, let's see. Did I add anything else? Oh, yes, I did. There's another one that I had a special request from one of the people that have donated. And what they wanted a breakout box. So we now have a breakout box column. So you can give it the box start time, the box end time, and then the day end time. So if we go ahead and click this, you can see here that the euro is above that high box. So if we switch over to H1, you can see we're on bar 1. So we had the box is actually from here to here, because this is the 00. So you can see right now we're outside of that box. Breakout box high. So those are the changes to, or I guess not changes, but additions to the dashboard. I'm trying to think if I changed anything else. Let me take a quick scan here. Oh, I think I might have done something to let's do this, the breakout time column. I don't remember if I've gone over this or not. Whoops. We have to remember, you have to turn the columns on or they will not show. So what I did was here, you have an alert if you're within 2 pips, but I actually display how many pips are there. So in other words, right now the euro crossed above the high and it's 1 pip above this bar's high, because this is the 00 on the H1 time frame. Now what the X means is that it actually crossed above it. Okay, now in the CAD you can see here it crossed below, but it didn't go back in and come back out. So that's what the X means. It means that it crossed it, came back in, and came back out. Okay, so you can see here we're 3 pips below the low. And on the UJ, we're 7 pips below that low. So I'm thinking I might add this technology over here. I don't know if we really need the pips or not. You guys will have to let me know what you want. And the funny thing is now there's more columns than can fit on the screen, so you have to pick and choose the columns. And it's really cool. I saw the way a couple people were using the dashboard and which columns they were using, and they're only using a couple columns, but that's all you need to be profitable. I mean, you don't need to have 14 or 15 columns taking up all your screen space. You need some chart, or you can just use the dashboard, let you know what's going on, and flip over to a chart for trading. Because for me, I have the dashboard, then I have a chart I like to use for entry, but for exit I have a different chart, different indicators, different display. You don't have to use the same chart for entry as exit. You can if you want, but it's not a requirement. It's just we all have what criteria we like to look at. And I guess people still want me to talk a little bit about the philosophy of trading, and one of the things is that if you hit a bad patch, you have a losing day, losing week, losing month, chances are you're going to probably look to change something. You're going to, maybe you want to change an indicator, or add an indicator, or tweak an indicator. But let me just tell you, before you even think about that, you got to take that look in the mirror and ask yourself, did I follow my plan or did I make an execution error? Because if you made an execution error, don't blame your system. Your system's fine. You're just not following it. You're not following your game plan. You're not following your strategy. You're not using your tactics properly. That's an operator error or trader error. That's not a system error. So don't be so quick to point the finger at the system or the method or the indicator. And which, by the way, I think I might have mentioned it the last time. When I send out these indicators, especially this dashboard, that's why I say it's beta. There's a lot of pieces. There might be something that's not right, or something that needs some looking at. But you have to give me the tools so I can fix it. So you need to send a chart showing me what's wrong. You need to let me know what broker you're using, so I can figure out if it's a suffix problem, or maybe there's a pair in a list that broker doesn't have. And if you send me your template, then I'll have your input, so I can see if maybe there's something you don't understand about the inputs. That helps me help you. It makes all the difference in the world, because if you don't give me those pieces, then I'm going to have to send an email back to you asking those questions. So we can speed up the process if you guys will just work with me on those. Other than that, like I said, I think that's the big philosophy thing. And also, if you're having a rough time, dial it back. If you're trying to trade 4 or 5 pairs, dial it back to 1. And then when you have some success, then you can add another. I mean, really, that when things aren't going right, you don't have to change directions or anything. Usually you just need to come back to the basics, simplify things, only have one burner going instead of all 4, and chances are you can get back on the path. It's, once again, trading is pretty simple. But traders have a tendency to complicate matters. So anyway, fellow traders, that's it. Once again, thanks for all the support. And this advanced alien technology stuff, that's just cracking me up. Or advanced alien civilization technology, whatever they're calling it out there. It's just too funny. And as always, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off.